like to begin with a quote by the 19th century British businessman and journalist Walter Macleod, who declared, "Perhaps the most valuable result of all education is the ability to make yourself do the things you ought to do when they have to be done, whether you like it or not." Many of us have trouble dealing with procrastination. There are many reasons for allowing procrastination to negatively affect our lives. However, I believe most of them come from the simple fact that we are just often merely unprepared. So let me propose to you today that community college plays a significant role in preparing students for the challenges of a four-year university. Community college is no longer the college of last resorts. Many younger students, and unfortunately their parents as well, view community college in a negative light. They see community college students as slackers, or students who struggled in high school and couldn't get accepted into a four-year university. They also see community college as a waste in time itself that could be spent at a real four-year university. However, community college plays a significant role in preparing students in two important ways. First, it helps students build personal responsibility, and secondly, it allows students to learn on the job. Let's begin with the first suggestion, that community college helps students build personal responsibility. If you haven't noticed yet, you'll soon find out that responsibility is now placed in your very own hands. You no longer have teachers or counselors or parents to make or enforce rules. You get to call all the shots. You get to make all the choices. However, you also get to take responsibility for and live with the consequences of all those choices. Many students have trouble adjusting to these newfound freedoms. They find that it's independence liberating, yet troubling all at the same time. Students will find themselves in need of strict time management skills, stern financial planning, and a strong work ethic. According to the United States Department of Education, as many as 64% of students were not qualified or were only minimally qualified to do four-year college work. In other words, they're unprepared. You may be asking yourself, how is this any different than what I'm doing now at Cal Poly? I'm working on building these aspects of personal responsibility every day. Well, community college allows you to learn these skills just at a much smaller and slower level. It's like taking baby steps. You learn overall responsibility, how to build a precise schedule, and how to stick to a firm budget, just a little at a time. It makes this an integral part of preparing for four-year university a lot easier. Now that I've discussed how community college can help build personal responsibility, let's move on to the second suggestion, that community college allows students to learn on the job. Let me explain what I mean. Most students who attend community college are attempting to complete general ed requirements. While taking these courses, students become conscious of areas where they excel at and areas where they struggle. In other words, they learn what they're good at and what they like doing most. This allows many students to leave community college with a firm idea of what their future major will be. According to the American Association of Community Colleges, half of all students who received a baccalaureate degree attended a community college during the course of their undergraduate studies. How many of you are still undeclared? Or how many of you have changed your major or are having second thoughts about your current major? Don't be embarrassed. You'll be hard-pressed to find any third or fourth-year student on campus who hasn't changed their major at least once. I thought I was going to be a math major when I first started community college, and here I am, a comm major. Also, once you've completed all the general ed courses, you'll be able to take only those core courses that are required for your major. This means no math courses for me. It may mean no speech courses for you guys. Additionally, if you've completed all your general ed courses, you'll transfer with a junior status. This means priority registration. No more sitting on the wait list, or even worse, not getting the courses that you want. I know many of you probably had trouble registering for courses this semester. Freshmen, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about next quarter. It's not easy to get into classes here at Cal Poly. Before I finish, I want to make one thing clear. I'm in no way saying that any of you are not prepared enough to be here, or that I'm more prepared having gone to community college. I too encounter unknown and unfamiliar experiences every day, just like you. If you're feeling nervous, you're not alone. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you're not alone. None of us here are 100% prepared for the challenges that we're going to encounter. However, I know community college played a significant role in preparing me for the challenges that I may meet. It helped me develop personal responsibility by forcing me to live with the consequences of my own actions. It allowed me to take my time in figuring out what I wanted to do with my future. I would not be here today if it were not for a community college. I'd like to end with a quote by the U.S. Department of Education, which states, "Whether or not students succeed in post-secondary education is influenced in part by how well prepared they are to pursue post-secondary coursework." Are you prepared? Because I think I am. Thank you.
Thank goodness for the comm majors. It's very nicely presented, Alex. I thought that the language was carefully planned. You did a good job speaking to the audience. The delivery was smooth and polished. You had a good statement of your claim early on. It's well laid out at the beginning what you're going to be talking about. I think you need to develop the controversy a little bit more. You mentioned some stereotypes without demonstrating that they continue to be widespread. Although I suspect that that's probably true, it wouldn't hurt to provide some examples of people's opinions or even some blog postings about that which suggest that people still view community colleges the way that the stereotypes suggest. I thought you had some good hypothetical examples. You've got a lot of explanations. You punctuate most of your arguments in different places with some good information about the number of students who are not qualified or meeting the minimum qualifications, or some conclusion about how well prepared somebody is and the impact it's going to have on their success. I like that information. I think you could use a little bit more of that to make it more convincing, but your explanations are very clear, and it seems reasonable to accept the inferences that you're making based on the descriptions that you've given us. All right, thank you.